I'm sure some of you, maybe not the lucky ones, remember the pitter-pattering of your heart as you sit back in that uncomfortable blue chair, anxiously waiting to get your test back over adding and subtracting fractions. You told your mom you had studied really hard for it, but you know that that's not true. You're going to pay the price by having to give her back the new baseball card that you're planning on bringing to show and tell tomorrow. How is your mom going to react when she finds out your grade? What are you going to bring to show and tell tomorrow? How are you going to hide the fact that you're crying to that cool girl who the teacher just so happened to put next to you in class? You're sitting back, pondering all these things, anxiously waiting and waiting for that grade to come back, and you still haven't even got it. For many of us, these fears and anxiety that we had in first grade eventually manifested into our fear of the future. However, that anxiety monster hasn't always been so innocent. As we grow older, it manifests into other things, like fear of losing a basketball game, or being afraid to build the courage to talk to that cute girl. These things can be easily remedied though. You can just practice more for that game, or you can just really try to build up that courage and go talk to that cute girl, and eventually you'll be able to. All these things might be really worrisome in the moment and be hard. Ultimately, you're in control of them, and that at least feels liberating. But these smaller things, as you grow older, will eventually turn bigger, and you become more pessimistic about it. You lose that basketball game, you feel like you're losing on everything in life. That cute girl you finally built up the courage and went and talked to goes and talks to someone else, and you feel like your world's falling apart. You ask yourself the big question, what's wrong with me? Why am I always so anxious? And as you grow, that anxiety just grows with you and manifests into whatever's going on in your life. You might have a good day. You say a joke in class and everyone laughs, or you win that basketball game, or you finish the last level of that video game you've been trying to do for months. You feel like maybe, just maybe, you've overcome it. You don't have anxiety anymore. You found a way to deal with that and push through, and all your problems are gone. But inevitably, your highest highs will end up turning into lowest lows. You're 15 years old, carrying 10 textbooks for classes that you don't even read. You feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Now you're 18. Everyone's excited going off to college, and you're still stressing about getting into your dream college. You're debilitated. Change has always been really hard for you, but why is that? In the past, you're able to go and win that basketball game or score that cute girl, but that anxiety is always there, and it never seems to go away. You realize that life is uncertain, and things are always going to be difficult. You don't know what to do. Now you're 21. You've lived in your head for a while, and you've dealt with many challenges. You might have failed many times, but you know that that's okay. You've learned that maybe, just maybe, this anxiety hasn't been so bad, and it's actually shaped you into the great person you are today. You realize that all of your accomplishments and positives are there for a reason. You earned that. You think faster, you're more on your feet, you feel driven to be the best person you can, and you're being productive. You realize that some of these anxious or worrisome tendencies you have, you've been able to turn into positives. Maybe you always stress about your family or something bad happening to your friends, but you check in on them all the time, and they thank you for that. They love you for that. You're always worried about your grades, but as a result, you study more, and you love yourself for that. You realize that anxiety itself isn't bad. You have a plan now. You're in control now. Here I am giving you this speech, maybe full of anxiety, but knowing that anxiety has shaped me into the person I am today, and it's allowed me to be who I am.